might be a little heavy on the hand, but I learned from living life on the land that when the flames get hotter, you move to deeper water. That's where I learned to sink or swim.
Take from the beginning.
And you know I don't
Howdy,
really
welcome
give
to
a
this week's
damn,
episode of
but
Vikings,
underneath
Outlaws, and
I try
Cowboys.
as hard as I can.
My name is JT.
Why would shit
You can call me
get
Viko the
thicker?
Bearded One.
I reach for the
And as
liquor, Lord.
I still fucked it up, but that's fine. As usual, and as always, I'm joined by the scrumdiddlyumptious Alex Jarl Martinez. Ready for part 2.
Yeah, live.
Live. Woo, shit.
The
We had
deuce.
the deuce. We had such a great time yesterday filming that podcast. We tried to power through last night, but then the whiskey kicked in.
The whiskey did kick in hard.
Yeah.
It came for me.
You were not even speaking in cursive. You'd gone full calligraphy at one point.
Yes.
I was trying to resurrect it, and it didn't work.
And we're back.
Yeah.
We're back for the deuce.
Absolutely. I'm gonna pull those bad mamma jammas off. Oh, let my eyes get a little rest. All right, there we go. So, and then of course we're joined by Her Airness, Valkyrie behind me. Hopefully during this cast she doesn't do weird shit again, but I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, she will. I'm
Yeah,
hoping she does.
Yeah, for sure. So let's just do a real quick recap in case anybody is not listening to this back to back. And the reason why we're doing 2 in 1 week is because we fucking hate to be continued bullshit. Like,
Yeah. It was too long. And if we wait too long, we'll just forget.
yeah. So what are you drinking there? A little purple drink?
It's a hint. It's got a hint of blackberry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's not even grape, it's blackberry. I've tried to spend most of my day hydrating.
Because you were prepping?
I was prepping, yeah. It's
Well,
gonna be
we're going in.
like if
Should it-
things go south. I don't have a lot of booze left. Like I only have like a swallow left.
You're gonna have to get some like Coors Lights or some shit. Weren't you just out?
I know I have some Coors Lights in the fucking fridge, but I forgot to stop and get beer.
You should probably grab a Coors Light real quick. Like,
I will when we get there.
all right, let's go.
Oh, I have
Cool.
a beer delivery service here though too.
Oh, yeah.
The boys are right outside.
Whoa, nice. You should grab 2 of them because
Should-
we gotta buckle up.
Should we see if Sam can accomplish the mission? Give
Oh.
Sam his FaceTime.
Oh man, it's up to you, man. There's a
All right.
lot of
All right.
people that would be like, oh shit.
All right, let's see. Hey, Sammy, come here. Can you go grab me 2 Coors Lights out of the fridge?
Nice. His mullet is coming in strong,
Oh, it is.
bro.
It is ridiculous. It is
Yeah.
definitely a Mississippi mud flap.
Oh, dude, it's on its way. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be an alligator baster.
Yeah, Sam's getting me 2. Next time. Yeah, next time.
What do you need 2?
Well, just anticipatory.
Hey man,
You're on the
one for.
podcast.
Oh.
He goes, oh.
Oh shit. Oh, what a good kid. What a good kid. I love that saber-toothed tiger. Fuck, man.
That's funny. Beer delivery service.
Beer delivery service it is at its finest. All right, cool. So, real quick recap from yesterday. So we were like in it, man, and it was such good flow.
We were on fire.
We were on fire. I felt like we were playing NBA Jams 2001. We were fucking
Dude.
shooting fucking J's left and
We
right,
were-
dropping
we were
them.
heating up.
Absolutely.
That was fun.
So it was fun. So if you missed it, we covered a lot of mental health stuff, and a lot of it was real fun to talk about. And I think a lot of the times when people talk about men's mental health, we get really serious, and I think it's a very serious subject. But sometimes it's really good to just to have a go back and forth about it, And I don't know what
Mhm.
you'd call that, but I mean, it was, I think, probably my favorite podcast so far to be part of.
Yeah, we had some good dialogue going back and forth.
Yeah.
Asking good questions, psychoanalyzing each other.
Fuck, man, that
Yeah.
was a bit much, right?
Just
Like, but it
kicking
was,
it apart.
yeah, just fucking tearing it down, rebuilding it, reconstructing it, putting the glue back together or
Right.
whatever. So today we're gonna finish up some men's mental health. We got a pretty big segment on that today. And we've got some awesome paranormal shit, like some super weird, creepy paranormal shit today to discuss.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so let's get into it, bro. All
All
right.
right.
So the segment is called Men and the Meek. Okay. Now let's make sure that we understand we're not talking about the difference between men and women or men and Ferris wheels, as I've referenced multiple times, or whatever, right? We're talking about men and people who consider themselves, but they're meek.
Yeah.
And why it's important to be a man and not be meek. So let's get started. Let's jump into it. So when I have a definition, I'm going to lead on this one, and I'm going to toss it over to you to hear your definition. Okay. So when I talk about being a man, we've talked about toxic masculinity and all those other things, but I want to really kind of put it into like a very, very short box. Not a short bus, but a short box.
A short box.
Yeah. And in that box, I'm going to just break it down into like 4 basic sections. So, what is a man? From my perspective, a man is somebody who places his family above him. A man is somebody, so that's number 1, places his family above him, right? As far as providing for them before he provides for himself, right? A man is somebody who understands the importance of inner strength as well as outer strength. You've got to be emotionally strong. And that doesn't mean like you don't show emotion. It means that you're strong enough to show emotion when you need to show emotion, right? But you also need to be strong. Like you need to be able to protect your loved ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then I think the third piece of this, of being a man to me, is the ability to hold yourself accountable for all of your actions, yours and yours alone, and analyze them to grow. So you've got accountability, strength, and protection / provision. Those are the 3 things I think that I would consider a man to be a man. What about you?
I would say, like, to add to it, that the having like the ability and like the mental fortitude to make those hard decisions, and even if they might be, even if you end up being wrong, that's okay to be wrong, but having the
Never,
mental fortitude to be like, okay, well, I made that decision and this is
ne-
how it played out,
I've
and
never been wrong.
I fucked up, you know.
Yeah, I've never been wrong. So I'm just, that's why I didn't put it in there. So
Not
it's
even,
fine.
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, the only people that are wrong are the people who thought I was wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Idiots.
No, fucking guys. I think that's actually a great piece, right? So, decisiveness probably be the 4th thing there of what it takes to be a man. I think it's really important to talk about each of those too, like in kind of in depth. So, like when we talk about the providing and the other pieces of that, the protection, here's the thing that I think people need to understand. I'm not saying that every man needs to be the sole provider in a home, because in today's world, you can't be. This is not fucking possible. We live in a world where prices are
They're insane.
fucking ridiculous. Like you have to work like a full day to fill up your fucking tank for some people.
Yeah, well, and the thing is too is like you don't even have to be the one who makes the most money in the house, to be a man to take care of your family and stuff like that. And I think that there's some people out there that have a issue when, their spouse makes more than, their wife makes more than them or something. And I, with me personally, um, she makes more money than I do, and I don't care, right?
Yeah. No.
Um, and it doesn't like it shouldn't affect your outlook or your masculinity or anything like that. You can still stay toxic without, without being shameful or
Yeah.
anything like that because your spouse makes more than you. Like I just make a joke out of it, dude. Like she's my sugar mama.
Yeah, and
But
I think that's amazing, a great point though. But you still contribute, you still provide.
yeah, it's not like it's demasculating or something. It's just shit's the way that the cookie crumbled, dude. And you know, we've kind of like what we talked about last night. Like we've literally just pulled each other along the whole way,
Mhm.
and taken care of each other the whole way. So when it comes to stuff like that and monetary value, I don't look at that as a negative. I think it's awesome, especially for as hard as she works and everything else.
Right.
She deserves it, but I think that there are definitely dudes out there that have an issue with it, that feel like demasculated or like that they aren't good enough or this and that and the other when it's really not true.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you're spot on with that. I think well, and that comes down to a personality issue. That comes down to being a misogynist, which is not what we want, right?
mhm.
Like you don't got to be a misogynist. Like that shit is not that's just not accepted in society. And if you try to be a misogynist to one of the women around me, you have freedom of speech, but that does not mean freedom of consequence.
Yeah.
You're getting knocked the
Yeah.
fuck out.
It doesn't mean that you're gonna make it to round two.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think it's very valuable because I've never been in a relationship where my partner has made more money than me. Um, but man, it'd be fucking cool to find out what that feels like. You know, like um, and I have a great relationship. Vika is how does Bond say it? It's Vika.
I don't know.
I don't
I have no
fucking know
idea.
what whatever. Mrs. Bearded one.
Right, less beardy one.
Yeah, the less beardy one, the least beardy one. She you know, she provides and she's part of the family, but she also knows that I'm a provider and that I'm the protector of us. And I think that's the main point is you need to provide and protect. So point one, be the provider, be the protector. We've talked about it
Hmm.
before, but here's the thing, like especially in the fucking bullshit world that we live in now, like you got to carry a firearm everywhere you go to protect yourself from these jackasses who are just pulling up and shooting people because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
And it ain't white folk doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just some sort of weird, crazy shit that's happening. And unfortunately, we're in that world. So you've got to be able to fucking protect your loved ones, right?
Yeah. And I think that I mean moms moms always protect the kids, right?
Hmm.
And so there's definitely a time when, the female plays the protector too and like the protector role.
Hmm.
Um but I think, like you're saying, like the roles are different. I think that nowadays too, I think some females have a hard time um, letting the man be the man,
Hmm.
doing that protector, that being that protector. I think that there's definitely times where the moms are protectors too, but um, as far as being meek, like you can't be indecisive. You can't be meek when it comes to some of the decisions, especially when it's, you have you or, your family
Hmm.
around and there's like a potential danger or potential harm.
Yeah. Um, I think uh, when we expand on that too, like how do you move from meek? And let's make sure we identify the appropriate term of meek because there's two definitions, right? They're both descriptive, so they're both adjectives, right? So the first one is showing patience and humility, being gentle. That's not what we're talking about.
No.
The other one is being easily imposed on and submissive. And
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about. Like
Hmm.
you cannot be a man and be easily imposed on and submissive. You have to
Right.
stand up. You have to stand up for what's fucking right. Right. So how do you prepare to be protective and a provider? Well, providers hard because it all depends on what you do for a living or how that works, right? But as long as you're not a mooch on society and you're not just sitting there siphoning off of fucking welfare, you're probably doing your best to provide, right? Um,
Yeah. Well, and everybody has that different, those different levels, right? The things that they can do,
mhm.
um, and the things that they're capable of doing, um, with what they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing too is being a provider means you're willing to invest in yourself. Understand this, right? So everybody who goes to school and whatnot, you're going to end up or gets a certification or gets an apprenticeship or whatever. You're going to end up in debt. But that's an investment. That's a debt that will pay dividends long term for you. I believe that I'm proof of that pudding, right? Before I had my degree, I had no understanding of the difference between having a degree or not. And I was the guy who was like, fuck the degree, fuck the certs, I don't need that shit. It's not that big of a difference, but it's fucking light years difference because I spent the time and I invested in myself, both time, effort, and well, time, effort, and money.
I mean,
And
it was time and money for a long time
well,
because
yeah,
you're like the Van Wilder of University of
I
Phoenix.
found somebody who went to school longer than me.
No way.
Yeah.
Are they a doctor?
No.
Oh,
10 years. I spent 10 years in school
they
for a
got
bachelor's
like
degree.
they got like 6 months on you.
Fuck you. It's like 11 months on me. But no, that's the truth is in that, right? So you in order to be a good provider, you have to invest in yourself one way or another. And I'm not saying go get a degree. I'm just that's an example for me that I can utilize. But I have a friend of mine. His name's Swiffer. You met John Swift.
Yeah.
Um, and he was the same way. And then now he's literally invested in himself, and he has been in an apprenticeship program to be a Sparky, an electrician.
Mhm.
For the past 2 years, he's about to become a journeyman. And the difference in pay and knowledge base that man has and ability to support his family, provide for his family, has quadrupled.
It's totally
When,
different.
yeah. So it's really important to understand, like, being a provider. Look, y'all are going to provide however you're going to provide, right? Like, if you're part of the tribe, for the bearded Viking, if you're part of our clan, there's a dog behind you.
There is.
There he is.
I was wondering what he was doing.
Um, if you're part of the clan, that means that you're doing it in ethical and legal fashion, right? So you're not
Yeah.
stealing from somebody else to provide for your family. No, I understand that there's a mentality up there of like, if somebody's going to be Robin Hood or whatever, or if you are living on the streets and you have a family to feed, I understand stealing food, right? But I don't understand stealing fucking Armani jeans or fucking,
Yeah, busting a window and stealing a TV. Like
yeah,
what?
yeah. No, like
Why are you doing that?
I understand there that's a gray area, and I really don't want to go down that path. But I understand that there's necessities that need to be taken care of, right? Um, at the same time, too, you've got to find a way to protect your family. So how do you prep for protection besides always having a condom in your pocket?
Gotta have a Trojan, dude.
Yeah, and you got to change them out every like 3 months.
Right. That's
Otherwise, you're gonna
something
end up with a
that's
whole bunch of kids.
dude, so many.
So many.
Were you ever that guy that walked around with a condom in your wallet?
I did for a while when I was right after my first divorce because I didn't know how to date, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's gonna be a girl who's gonna take me home." Not one time ever.
I'm here to fuck.
Yeah. After my second marriage, I didn't carry a condom in my pocket, and the amount of opportunities to have to use a condom were infinitely better. I think
Damn
there's
it! I wish I still had that condom in my wallet.
yeah. So you learn as you learn, right? uh, and if you're the boat, you probably don't even give a shit about it one way or another.
Out there, just raw dog and happy.
Just fucking whatever. Yeah, dude. It's like, oh, look, let's push this. Oh, you're stuck in the fence. Let me help you over.
I have my Velcro gloves.
No worries.
I'm getting eaten by a dog here.
That's funny.
He thinks it's time to play.
Well, so I think so how do you prep to be a protector, right? So in the day and age in which we live, you have to understand that the world is adverse to the family nucleus. Like, and when I say the world, I'm not saying the world in general. I believe that 85% of the country or 80% of the country, somewhere in there, still believes in a family nucleus, right? But you have all of this influence that is going to your children and
Hmm.
to even to you yourself. Like you're on the thing and you see all this shit, all these promiscuous women or all these fucking ripped dudes or whatever fucking floats your boat, these really fancy Ferris wheels, whatever it is, right?
Fancy Ferris wheels. What?
It's like, if this podcast is about men's mental health, right? So we talk about men's mental health because we're men. We don't know how women feel. We'd love to hear from some ladies. We'd love to have a couple ladies on the podcast talking about it. And then also at the same time, we also know that there's a whole bunch of shit in between. So I use the term Ferris wheel because I watched a show once, like I'm in love with a Ferris wheel, and
Oh yeah, I've
th-
seen shit like that.
super fucking nuts. I don't understand it. Like, but if you love Ferris wheels and you're looking at a better, fancier Ferris wheel because
Yeah,
you're on the Ferris wheel talk,
you better fucking
like
keep your eyes off that Ferris wheel.
right
You better
now.
be faithful to yours.
Yes, I think protecting people and the way you build a protection for your home is establishing boundaries for things and then also preparation for true protection. I think that's probably how I would break it down. And what I mean by that is like, okay, so unfortunately, I didn't get to have my kids around me for the majority of their time growing up.
Right.
They were gone in a different state. And so when my daughter moved up here, it was hard to establish like boundaries about things, right? Say, hey, look, like this is how you need to carry yourself so that way you're not an easy target or easy prey, right?
Hmm.
Because, when she moved up here, she'd gone from 18 to 19 and the fucking know-it-all fairy sprinkled all the dust for that. Like, I fucking know, Dad, I'm a grown-up. Oh, okay. You're not your father's daughter at all whatsoever.
Not
I'd
even a little
never,
bit.
not even a little bit. That's sarcasm if you don't know me. Um, so, you have to prep your family nucleus for that. And I think a lot of people are doing that more so now, but they're being inundated with things that are not your family's core beliefs as soon as they leave the door. They leave
Yeah.
your house, they go to school, and they could have if you're lean on the liberal side of the aisle, they could have a very conservative teacher. If you are on the conservative side, they could have a very very liberal teacher, right? And you have to protect them in any way you can. uh, I don't know how PTA meetings go or school board meetings go in the states that we're involved in, but I do know a lot of people who have gone to them and have been silenced by the board and just not listened to, even though we pay their salaries. So, how do you prep for that?
Yeah, and that's the hard part too, especially now, is educators and these boards, the boards of education and everything, they think that it's their job and that they need to be talking and dealing with these issues and injecting that into the education system where they shouldn't be talking about shit like that. They shouldn't even, it's not their place. And
No.
we're actually, I think we're actually protected from a lot of that because where we are is still, it's still more rural. It has more of like the rural like family values,
Hmm.
um, for the time being. But there's so many people moving in from Salt Lake and out of town that I don't know how much longer it'll stay like that.
Right.
But and it's scary, dude. Like I've even like the school has like things where they'll show up and they'll do like dental checks and stuff on the kids, or they'll give the kids vaccines and stuff like that. And I straight up had to tell my boys, like, if anybody comes near you with a needle, run. Like, they do not have the permission. Like, I don't care if you have to leave the school, like, run around the corner to grandma's house. Like, you
Yeah.
will not get any shots while you're there.
No, I
And
mean, that's a really good statement to build that and prep for that protection. Um, you know, it's weird because you wouldn't think up here in Montana that we'd experience some of that shit. Well, we had in town we had a gal. She'd been a teacher for 25 years, right? And teachers typically teach for fucking 40. I mean,
yeah,
they love it once, and when you get tenured, it's not as bad as before, but like you're still, you know, they're doing it for the love. They ain't doing it for a paycheck because they don't get paychecks. They get scraps
right.
from the kitchen table, you know.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, so uh, we had a kid that moved in, and the family had moved in. That the kid identifies as a cat, a third grader, and the family requested from the school board to put a litter box in the little girl's bathroom for her to go to the bathroom in the litter box each day. And the school board allowed it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, human rights. It's a human rights violation, apparently, if you don't say no.
How the fuck is that a human rights violation if they're a cat? Ha!
Listen, man, we live in a fucked up world.
Like, what
right?
the fuck, dude?
The teacher fucking retired. She said, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. I think part of the preparation to protect your children in this
You said the
world,
third grade?
third grade.
It's like the same grade that Sam's in.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, your mind is now completely fucking blown.
Yeah, I'm ruined for the rest of this podcast.
Dude, the problem is if it happens in my small town, it can fucking happen anywhere. Cause I'm like not near, like I'm an hour from two big cities, right?
Yeah.
And they're not even big. They're not even big. They're like big for Montana big, you know? There's
What kind of more mental health do the parents have to allow that to go on?
So I was actually going to go down that path, right? So part of the preparation to protect your children, right, is to remember that you're the fucking parent.
Yeah.
And children are going to child. They're gonna kid. They're gonna do whatever they want. 1 minute they're gonna be an astronaut. The next minute they'd be a fucking velociraptor. Sammy used to fucking be a velociraptor all the fucking time, right?
He was
Like-
always raptoring out.
Yeah, right. And I give him shit about being a saber-toothed tiger because it's cooler than a velociraptor, right? You know, or whatever. And we would battle and we'd fuck around, but like you put a limit on it. You could be a velociraptor for the next 5 minutes, and then you got to come back to being a kid, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. I mean, you'd let him play, and then if he tried to take it too far or got too annoying, he became a child again. And you said,
Yeah.
you need to knock that shit off right now, otherwise
Yeah,
you're done.
Ready. I'm gonna beat your raptor ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to allow children to have an imagination and to grow, but they
Yeah.
do not dictate the home. So you have to fucking be a parent. And there's a slingshot effect from this, from the latchkey kid era, so Gen X to millennials, the initial part of millennials, right? And the reason why kids are doing this is because our fucking mom and dad were never around. So, and then when they were around, it was beat that ass because you didn't sit at the table right, or you tucked the chair in too close to the table and
Something
did
up.
yeah, you did something dumb or whatever. And there wasn't really like that heart to heart that we have with our kids. It was, no, I'm the fucking parent. I'm right. Well, now that we've gone so far past that
Yeah.
it's like I'm the parent and I'm right until you talk to me and tell me about your feelings. Well, cool. I'd like you to have feelings, but when you're in trouble, you're in fucking trouble. And if I'm yelling at you and it hurts your feelings, good.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
You're not supposed. This is not supposed to be a good time for either one of us.
No. Like
Like,
I don't want.
I shouldn't have to yell at you more than once about this.
I shouldn't even. Yeah, I should never have to use the dad voice.
Yeah. Well, and I think that I would say that we probably had a higher emotional intelligence at, like, say his age, right?
Mhm.
Say, 9 years old, than he does. But we were also roaming the fucking neighborhood, you know, on our bikes.
Yeah,
And
looking for where all the other bikes are.
yeah,
Fucking roll up to the party, hang out with the dudes.
yeah, exactly. Um, so I think that's a big thing that he's learning, and that's hard as a parent too, is, dude, you cannot be emotional about these things. Like, you're being,
Mm-mm.
ridiculously emotional, and, trying to deal with feelings and stuff like that. And I don't do well with dealing with feelings that I don't even think should be there.
Yeah, and that's part of that stage, right? So you're molding a child to be able to take on the world. Um, and in that aspect, I think somebody who's being addicted to social media now, it's fucking stupid. Hours of scroll time. Like I told you yesterday, I have to fucking put a screen cap limit on things. I don't even watch fucking movies now if I have my phone. If my phone is near me, I'll fucking turn on a movie and scroll.
Yeah.
It's that dopamine kick, right? But kids don't understand that those likes and those hearts and those dislikes or whatever, or those mean comments from fucking trolls, those aren't real. Those, like, you could probably say that the people that hit a like on a post that you do, it's probably your family, right? And
Mhm.
it might be people who are watching you from afar, who are friends with you at some point, but they're still not fucking real. And
Well, I saw a study recently where they took, I think it was 10 kids, and they didn't give them cell phones. And I think they were like 13 through 16. And it was a mixture, like 5 boys, 5 girls. And they did one study with, these 10 kids without phones. And then they did 10 kids with the phones. And they followed them around and looked at their progress and everything else. And the teenagers that didn't have the cell phones were just like head and shoulders above the ones that did, when it came to like happiness, confidence, like drive, all of it. And then the kids that had the cell phones were depressed, um, being bullied, and, just overall having like issues,
right,
because it was, they were in high school. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Because when cell phones came out when we were in school, and like, I don't think I got a cell phone until I turned like 16, 15 or 16.
I had a pager.
So yeah, see, well, there was no reason for me to have a pager, right? Because I was at fucking school, right? There's no reason for me to. Um, but they didn't have social media on the phones.
Mm-mm.
It was just, you could go on AOL chat, and you could go chat.
You could do
And
that. I couldn't even do that shit when the first one that I had.
no, no, no. I
It,
mean, like, at home on your computer, you
oh
could.
yeah, yeah, or
I
like
mean, like,
Yahoo Messenger or whatever it was.
yeah, whatever the fuck, and on your dial-up internet.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was none of that shit. Like, you barely, like, text messaging wasn't even really a thing until, like, we got older, and
Yeah,
then it
yeah,
was like 10 cents a message. So you're like, fuck that.
yeah. And then when you did text, it was fucking hit fucking the middle button 4 times to get to T, and
Yeah.
then it was like more of a pain in the ass than you could possibly imagine. And now we have all of this shit at our fingertips. So how do you protect your home uh, and your children, even yourself? Um, ah, there it is. Found it.
Did you
Culprit,
find
bro.
it? Dude,
Yeah.
I have a wild one going on too. I'm having issues.
All right. Anyway.
Beard issues.
Hmm. How do you protect a home from that? And I'd say it probably, from my perspective, knowing full well that I have a fucking problem, and also at the same time we're building a business. that I have to fucking be on this shit. There's a balance, right?
Right.
Because once you get on there, it's not like you can not respond to people.
Right. It's a huge time suck. Big time.
Yeah, and then it doesn't even just suck time, it sucks your energy. I don't know if you've noticed that, but if I put my phone away and I'm doing something, I'll be listening to a podcast or I'll be listening to like music or whatever, I am super productive. But as soon as I fucking open up one of the socials, no matter
Totally.
what it is, I am now sitting on the couch and I am literally watching hours go by 30 seconds at a time.
Right.
Like literally. And then when you're done, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. I didn't do anything today.
Yeah.
You know? And it's so how do you protect yourself? So you start with like putting a screen time cap, right? But how do you do that? You have to have so much discipline to do that. And you can't just
Yeah,
tell
because
your kids no.
you're the guy who can just go in and be like, nope, I'm getting another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
On your
Yeah.
own screen time cap.
Yeah. So how do you adhere to that? Because it's something that I'm actually currently struggling with because, if I post a fucking TikTok video, 60,000 people look at it,
Right.
you know? And with
It's
building
weird.
that, it's I don't know how to do it. Like, and then I post a Facebook thing and there are 130 people that are still on Facebook. Look at it. Instagram, same
Dude,
thing.
we need to fucking kick it old school, dude. We need to get on MySpace.
Dude, I'm in on a MySpace. What was the dude's name that was the best friend? What was your first friend on that?
Was it Tom?
Tom.
It's Tom.
Tom. I think JT owns it now, right? Justin Timberlake. I think he does.
He does?
I think so. I'll look it
Dude,
up. I got it.
we all forsook, or what is it? We were forsaken. Tom.
Mhm.
We all left Tom, and all he did was give us our space. Remember, we could
We all thought we were
have the
fucking
song on
hackers
your
and
profile.
coders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all thought we were hackers and coders because we could go in and find it and do that.
I mean, we pretty much were. MySpace.
Well, yeah, it was Tom Anderson. In 2012, Justin Timberlake looked like a video featuring new MySpace platform. No, I don't know. MySpace sold for 35 million in the fall of 2011. Oh, I don't even know if MySpace is around. I don't know if I can look it up.
It is, dude. I'm on it right now.
Wow.
MySpace is a thing still, dude.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't need to be on another fucking social media platform.
It
I
looks
don't
like
need
it's
to.
more music oriented now.
Yeah, this is like MTV before reality TV.
Dude, I'm about to like get back on. I'm gonna get sucked in, dude.
Dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Dude,
it. I already got you
you
sucked in on Insta.
you got a Twitter, dude. I'm getting a MySpace. I'm
Ugh,
kicking it
that's
old
fine.
school. Gonna add it to my fucking dot card. My MySpace profile.
Fuck. So how do you hold yourself accountable? Well, for me, I keep talking about it, but I'm gonna get a Faraday box for my phone. I'm almost even tempted to get one of those like combination fucking lock things, like, so I have to put my phone away.
What if you have
And
like an emergency, dude? And it's like locked in there for a time.
I can use the computer to call if it's an emergency. It's just a pain
Then
in
aren't
the
you just
ass.
gonna get on the computer and like
No, man. When I'm on the computer,
get
it's
on your
like
Instagram?
no. So
Have you
I
ever
don't
logged
have.
into Instagram on your computer?
Yeah, it's dumb. It's not a great platform for that.
I've never done it.
No, yeah. So if for that from that aspect, like, there's ways you can communicate, but like when I work on my computer, it's like I'm so used to doing just work because that's what I use for a living that I don't sit down on my computer to play games. Like I don't even fucking like computer games. It's fucking annoying and I don't get it because there's no controller. Like
Dude,
I
I have
never fucking did.
so much fun.
If Warcraft or Starcraft was around still, I would fucking lose. Like there would be no metery because I would
Warcraft
just
is still around.
No, it's the World of Warcraft. I'm talking about the original, the fucking good ones, like 1, 2,
Oh,
and
I never
3.
played any of those. I
Um,
played like Ages of Empires and
oh
like
yeah, same
Roller
concept.
Coaster Tycoon and like stuff
Oh,
like that, like SimCity, that type
SimCity.
of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and
I was
that
trying to
shit was
build civilizations, bro.
Age of Empires.
Yes.
Mm. But like, I think that I'm gonna have to do something like that because I really am 10,000% more productive if I don't have a phone near me.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's so hard though now.
Yeah. And how do you even protect your kids from it?
Don't get them one. Make them wait as long as fucking possible.
Or you can get them a phone, but just restrict it.
Just get them a fucking flip phone.
Do they even have those anymore?
Yes.
Does Sammy have a flip phone?
Fuck no.
Oh, that's right. He went to the office to call you when we were golfing.
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
He remembers one phone number and it is mine.
He had like a panic attack about who was picking him up. That was funny as fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, don't worry, bro. I have not left you at school once. Not
Yeah,
yet. Not
not
yet.
yet. Can you imagine him having to walk around the corner to grandma's house by himself?
He would never do it. He would go to the office and call.
I would have been like, oh, cool. My dad didn't show up. I'm fucking hanging out with the boys.
Yeah. No, that's the thing though, is like these kids are not like that. You know?
They're wired different.
Like he would be lost. I would have to post like pictures of him on a milk jug to find him.
And he'd be sitting in the corner somewhere just trying to figure out.
Just pure panic would
Yeah.
overtake him. I guarantee it.
Interesting. So I think that's probably a good step. Don't get them one, or if you do, then fucking restrict that shit all the way.
Yeah.
Like so
There's no
no,
social media.
no. Yeah, I think in order for me to be accepting of social media, like it's hard to say no to a 16 or a 17-year-old, right? But if you've coached them along the entire way and they haven't had social media, that means they've built emotional intelligence along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you can like kind of foster him along without the cell phone
Mhm.
for as long as possible, I think that their desire to be on social media and stuff like that will be less and less and less.
If you've prepped them and they have emotional intelligence, right? They should be able to carry through, and then you've got to support it. You still have to limit it, but the world is in a place now where they're gonna feel the anxiety from their friends who are all on it because the cool kids have the cell phone and they have the socials and the Snapchat and the fucking whatever, right? So I feel like they you have to create a relationship in that preparation portion to protect your family, that they know that they can trust you, like that there's a point when you're going to be upset, but it it's not going to be the end of the world upset. It's going to be a consequence for the action. At the same time, they're going to understand that they can come to you when there's a fucking problem, right? I think you have to create that relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get there when we get there.
I'm gonna just fucking take notes about shit that
Yeah.
I'm never gonna have to do again.
We just make the shit up as we go, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, there's no rule book. There's no nothing. This thing's fucking distracting as shit. This MySpace thing, it keeps fucking transferring through different.
I keep getting stuck on it too. Like, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is? Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Deftones, dude. They parted way with their bassist.
Oh, cool. But it's probably because he didn't slap at a bass.
They didn't slap on the bass.
Slap at a bass. So when you're preparing that, you have the mental aspect, you have the emotional aspect, which we've talked about. Emotionally, like teaching your children not to be over emotional. I had 3 girls, and so that probably made me learn more about emotional strength, um because I didn't have any. I was just pushing the shit down to the bottom of the sea bag, not even
Yeah.
comparing. It was just stacking it on top of each other. And I think that when you break it down, you have to be strong and you have to lead by example for your children. And you have to teach them the difference between this is what something is that you should cry for, and this is something that you shouldn't cry for. And you teach them, are you hurt or are you injured? Right? And did they hurt your feelings or did they injure you?
So touchy feely.
It's hard for somebody, like it's really hard. And we're in a realm in the world now where the soft people have created hard times.
Yeah. So what happens when we'll take him for example, and um what happens when he grows up and if he stays hardcore and there's nobody else like him, right? So he's not on socials, he just likes to fish and hunt and play baseball or something.
Well,
Does that limit him? What what
I
does
don't
that what
know.
does that look like for him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a really hard conversation to have, right? And it's really hard to forecast. And the only thing that I would say is as guidance from somebody who's moved past those things and whose daughter is more manly than any man she's dated except for the current man she's dating, right? And when I say that is like my daughter can hunt and fish and she like bathes her own shit. I mean, she was up in Alaska with my parents and they were pulling in freaking
Holding halibuts.
halibut, and she freaking gilled them all. She didn't give a shit. She just did it, right? So how do you I guess she's a one of a kind in that aspect for a lot of people, right? But she found a man who's a man, had to work on his handshake a little bit, but he stands up for what he believes. He protects her. He does his best to provide for her, right? And they're both 20, so it's not like they're providing a lot, but they're providing equally, right?
Hmm.
And they stand up for each other. They protect each other. They're actually, it's a really cool thing to see happen as an adult, and when your adult child starts understanding what adulthood looks like.
Yeah. How
But
different it really is.
so I think the biggest thing that I would say as a dad who's been through a lot in his personal life and has not been able to um, really be there full time because I wasn't afforded the opportunity, right? I would say that you have to be in the moment and be present with your children, and that will drive it forward. And if you're doing that, then if he is alone in the future, he'll still. I mean, there's fucking what 5 million, 4 million, or 4 billion people on the earth right now. Some fucking crazy.
There's like 7 or 8 billion people now.
Yeah, so much fucking billions, right?
So many billions.
Yeah, so many billions. Um, I think that if you're able to teach them this way, they're going to find a tribe like ours, like the bearded Viking tribe, where they find people who are challenging and have different opinions and different views, but have a sense of the moral background, the moral fiber.
The fibers.
Yeah, the moral fortitude that aligns with them. And that's going to be the people that drive humanity back into good times.
Yeah, that's kind of like the all we can kind of hope for and work for now is
Hmm.
just to raise a generation that wants to get the good times again. Um, when it comes to being strong and
Yeah,
leading the way for the good times instead of being weak and meek and scared and pushover. So
yeah.
let's keep our fingers crossed.
I agree. I agree. I don't know where the face keeps getting all these goddamn patches, but they're fucking hilarious
Did he get another patch?
for Tesla's fucking vest.
Oh god.
The dog is going to be.
Why does Tesla even have a vest?
I don't even know. Tesla is it. I think English bulldog. No,
No, I think
the big
he's an American bulldog.
American
Yeah.
bug. Yeah, American. So I'm interested to see what happens. I think that Sammy will come into his own, and so will Conrad, and I think the girls, Boat's girls will, and I think that the rest of us who have older children, they're already in their realm and they have the instilled values, and they change.
Yeah, they're
They
in it already.
Yeah, and my daughter was extremely liberal for a bit, which is weird. She didn't want to shoot guns. She didn't want to hunt. She didn't want to do anything because she was surrounded by people that aren't her people. And
Mhm.
you can tell when people aren't your people because we talked about it yesterday that they'll just talk about the things you did in the past, and that's all your commonality will be.
Yeah,
Right.
peak in high school.
Yeah. And so they're going to be there and they're going to drive and they're going to figure it out. And as long as you stay steadfast within yourself as the patriarch and the matriarch of the family, if you have a family nucleus like that, then they'll figure it out. They'll follow your example because they'll want to be it, right? So at some point the kids boomerang back. You got to let them fucking wander lost in the world and they come back. It's that who's the lost son in your religion? What's his name? He's one of
You're talking about
I
the Jews wandering
I'm
in the
talking
desert for 40
no,
years?
I'm talking about like Isaac's kid, dude. He like let his kid go strip him of like all the stuff he was lost and he came home and was heralded.
I was going to say there's lots of wandering in the desert in the Christian religion.
Fair. I fucking have no
Pick-
idea why you'd want to wander in the desert. I'd wander just towards the not desert.
Pick
The
one, dude.
desert's
They
fucking
wandered in the
stupid.
desert.
Anyway, so I think that's the piece. Now the other portion that we have to talk about is preparation to protect. So like physical, which I'm a big fan of. So we have the challenge going on that we are fucking failing at as leaders of the
Failing at it.
if we're failing at it, right?
Yeah.
But I actually do a lot of physical work around the farm, the ranch, because it's a big fucking piece of land and it requires constant fucking doings, whether it's chopping wood or something. But I need to go beyond that. I bought a reloading kit, so I can reload my 30-06 and my 5.56 and my Remington Ultramag, even though I can't find primers for it. But
Good luck.
or rounds, right? But like you have to be prepared for violence as a man to protect. And if you don't believe me, just go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on Twitter, and scroll for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Give yourself a 10-minute buffer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The major cities of this country are falling on their asses.
Oh yeah, they're falling apart.
Yeah. And I don't even like going to major cities because one, they have restrictions on what I can do to protect myself, but they also protect the criminal.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time till that spills over.
It's an odd flip that we're protecting the criminal now
Yeah.
instead of just locking them away.
Yep. Absolutely. Or just eliminating them depending on the crime.
Yeah. Yeah, we need more Wild West. We need more Tombstone action than what we're getting right now.
You know who doesn't fuck around? People don't fuck around when they know that there are more guns in the room than they have bullets.
Oh yeah.
Right? So so my goal, my resolution to be better for protection this next year is I'm going to get back into jujitsu.
Jujitsu. You can't even say jujitsu.
I'm not even drunk yet.
You should get into fucking Marine Corps food, bro. Just get back in.
No, man. Fuck you, man.
Just get back into Marine Corps food.
I used to do a lot of study following Krav Maga because that's actually like the most fuck you thing you can do because it doesn't teach like submission holds. It's it's maim or kill, right?
Mhm.
And My buddy Dave Luna, RAP, we've talked about him before. So my buddy Dave he went to Israel and became a Hebrew and studied Krav Maga and got a fucking doctorate's degree in Hebrew studies and Krav Maga before he
dope.
passed. Yeah.
You
But
gotta get a degree in PYH, bro.
I don't know what that means.
Protect your holes.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm also, because ammo is so expensive, and like, listen, I know that there are a lot of people out there who are afraid of guns. I get it. But if Bill Maher can fucking stand up and say, I have a gun because it's the great equalizer, and Bill Maher used to be like the fucking farthest left leaning dude ever, except for now
I
he's like a
know.
moderate,
Yeah.
right?
I think he realized that the fucking rabbit hole was not where he wanted to be on
Yeah,
that.
dude openly speaks out about about the woke.
Well, he's smart enough to realize that it was somewhere that he didn't want to be, I think. And, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't know the guy, you don't know the guy, but
Mm-mm.
you know, he clearly had a moment of critical thinking
He
and
reeled it
decided,
in.
I'm not fucking doing this shit. This is dumb.
This is in a different stream than the one that I had. He's a JFK liberal, which I can handle those guys.
Now,
Yeah,
now he is.
now, yeah.
He wasn't before.
No. Now he's a JFK liberal where he's bringing people together, which is good.
Well, and that's why I think like RFK Jr. I think that there's a lot of potential there. And he's running as an independent, and it looks like he's going to be in the presidential debates now too.
I have I only have one issue with him, and it's a pretty big issue.
What's that?
He was on the flight logs and openly admitted to going to Epstein Island twice.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
And then his wife died. His first wife died after trying almost exposing it.
Huh. You're gonna have to send me that rabbit hole. I haven't seen anything like that.
Oh, bro, I was like, oh God, because I actually, the words he was saying, I could get behind a lot of them.
Yeah.
I just want the system to break so it's no longer fucking bipartisan. There needs to be more than two flavors to this.
Well,
ice
and
cream
where he's getting as far as he is as an independent, that kind of gives hope for a third party.
Yeah, well, I hope so. We'll figure it out when it happens, if it ever happens. But let's not go down that path. So the question is
Pussy.
what? Well, no, we're talking about something more important to me is like protecting your home, because yeah, and this is the statement that I'll make is no matter who you vote for, they're still coming for you. They're gonna fuck you some way. It just doesn't matter. It's just like, how much do you want to get fucked, and when you get fucked, are they aligning with at least saying hello beforehand? Right? And most of the time,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who they are; they still do. So what are you doing to prep? What are you doing to be stronger and get ready for that protection?
I'm just hoping that I'm as good once as I ever was.
Seems like a solid plan. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah. So the problem that I have is, like, I would love to go shooting all the time. But going shooting all the time is just unrealistic because it's so fucking expensive now.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to pick and choose, like, when you're going to go shoot and stuff like that. And I actually started to teach Sam how to shoot with the AR just recently. So I think it's kind of like a developing plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is go out and shoot more and become just practice more, right?
Why don't you get back into some foo?
Because I don't want to fucking roll around with sweaty dudes. No, I'm just joking. But they're really
I was about to call bullshit on that.
it's my favorite pastime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just time, right? And like while in the Marine Corps and stuff like that and everything, there was like jujitsu that was mixed in, but we did a lot of Muay Thai because we had a corporal that knew Muay Thai, and so he taught us Muay Thai,
Mhm.
well, the whole time we were in Japan. So we got pretty fluent in, the grabs and holds and
The
and
leg
and stuff like
strikes.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was cool as shit. And doing something like that now, it sounds fun. Like it'd be awesome. But you remember how we were talking about time and making the time to do that type of stuff, especially when there's like baseball going on or,
And,
we're starting a business and stuff like that. I think,
and we have 2 full-time jobs.
yeah, I think once stuff settles down, I think doing something like that would be more realistic. But I think now is just not the time for me anyway to try and get into that. Just because I have I have 2 young kids, and pretty soon they're going to be both doing baseball and both doing different sports. And shit, last summer I barely had time to do anything.
Oh yeah, I know. Like that was like one of the reasons why we decided to do seasons and
Yeah,
break it down, right?
yeah. And I don't think, like we were talking about last night, I don't think we're gonna have the excuse you guys. He wants to talk. He wants to drop some beats.
Mm.
Um, I don't think that we're gonna be able to do that this year again. And go on a hiatus because I feel like people really um I feel like, we kind of let people down without even knowing it,
Yeah,
without
I
realizing it.
I
But
agree.
I think like I think we all kind of get out and we have like hypervigilance. And I don't think like the hypervigilance is going anywhere. And I think staying proficient as far as being a protector, I think staying proficient with the weapons and stuff like that that we choose to use
Hmm.
is important. But I think that's kind of where that part of it ends as far
Yeah,
as like going out in public and stuff like that. But I have a entirely different fucking plan for if everything goes to shit. You know,
yeah. I
I'm not
think
sure. I'm not sharing that with everybody.
no. Be a lot of fucking. There'll be a lot of motherfuckers on a hilltop. That's for sure. Protect that fucking that hilltop. But
Right.
I I think so for me as I age, one thing that I need to make sure that, and I probably think everybody should do this, is you got to keep your cardiovascular health up. Because if you've never been in a gunfight, then you don't know what the fuck I'm about to say. And it's good that you haven't, because I don't recommend it, right? But you have to shoot, move, and communicate. And when you say move, you're not fucking walking, and you can't put rounds on a target if you're out of breath. It doesn't fucking happen. If your heart rate's out of whack, you're going to expend more rounds than you're going to be able to locate. And what sucks about that is the older you get, the harder it is to stay frosty. You know what I'm saying? Because like you got to be able to do that. Now, I do a lot of hiking because like everywhere up here is hiking. Like
Hmm.
just it is just what it is. And it's good because it's like I leaned out and whatnot, but I need to do more fucking I hate to say this out loud. This is the fucking I hate this word. So fucking hate it. I need to do more sprints. Because you can do some wind sprints every day. And if you do wind sprints, you're good. You do 10 wind sprints a day, you're good. You'll be able to do the things over long term because you're putting your body in this realm, right? You need to be strong, so you've got to be able to carry your load and be ready to carry your buddy or your family member if you have to while you're doing these things. And I'm not talking like doomsday stuff because doomsday prep is way more intense than what I'm
Way
talking about.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be prepared to clear a room, protect your family, shoot the dude, pick him up over your shoulder, drag him outside, minimize blood loss, and find a place to bury him. right?
Yeah, you don't want to have to redo your living room because you fucking bled through the carpet, you know.
Yeah. I agree. And so
So what are you gonna do when people start coming through mirrors? I think so.
listen, okay, time out. Okay? A little bit much to fucking drop on somebody right now, and it just got dark, so it's cool.
But what happens, dude? What happens?
Well, so number one, if they start coming through mirrors, there ain't nothing you can do because they ain't gonna be of this realm.
You don't think? You don't think
Nah.
there's like a Stargate out there? Could be using them.
Yeah, that's different than the mirror to me. Like the mirror
I know, but
is
like, I feel like it can be both ways. I feel
no, dude, like okay, so let me wrap. We have two other pieces that we should have talked about, but we need to talk about some paranormal shit because we
Yeah.
promised it. We
we're
promised it.
we're getting
We're getting long in the tooth.
yeah, we're getting long in it.
Yeah. All right. So my challenge to everybody is to prepare yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally to protect your family.
Pray for peace, be ready for war.
Fuck yeah, do some wind sprints, bro. 10 wind sprints a day. Look, we gotta lead. We gotta lead by example. Let's do videos of us doing wind sprints and dying.
Oh, dude.
You
Sprinting.
in? Are you in?
I'm so fast, dude. I'm the fastest fact you've ever seen.
I don't care about wind sprint number one. Anybody can be fast for 10 yards.
Dude, that's all I got. I don't have a camera crew to come take
You
video.
don't need one. You can set your phone up on a fucking on the edge of a fucking log or a rock and watch you die.
We're gonna have to go find some logs there, Gus.
A rock too. A rock or something. Use an
gonna put-
MRE.
I'm gonna put a vest on Gus and he's gonna run with me.
Oh, that
He's
sounds good.
he's the goofiest looking runner.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the mirror realm. It was a good segue. So what is the mirror realm? Is it a plane of existence, like where ghosts live? Is it a
Dude.
different dimension? What is it?
Dude, I don't know. I think it could be like a little bit of everything. Because you hear of like ghosts and ghouls using them, and then you hear of like, multi-dimensional beings using it. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things.
So I don't know how you feel, but I always get creeped out when you get on an elevator and it's nothing but mirror and like this.
Like 360 mirrors.
I'm like, and you look around and you see all of these like versions of you that you kind of see, right? And like if in like the like witches and stuff in the Wiccan belief, and most actually religious beliefs, they have only like one infinity room, right? Like the Mormon belief system has an infinity room that you go into and so on, and they practice some things inside of there. That's part of their belief system, so it is what it is. I know that because I was sealed in the temple, and I really hope that shit ain't true because I don't want to be with that bitch for eternity. Fuck no. And she don't want to be with me either, so it's a mutual feeling, right? But like most religions, I want to say almost all religions have stories of mirrors. You know, you got the Hail Mary or the Hail Mary. Go do some Hail Marys, and if you see it, is it Hail Mary?
No,
Whatever.
it's Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary, yeah. And you do that in the dark, and like there's a fucking piece to that. And then you have like Wiccan folk, or even like shaman and whatnot. They're like, okay, cool. So if you ever try to do a seance and there's a mirror there, there will 100% be a spirit that crosses through that mirror to where you're at, and you won't be able to get him out because you won't be able to get him out.
So do you think like there's always something staring back at you through a mirror?
Yeah, dude. So here's a weird thing that I saw a lot of, and I haven't tested it, but if it's true, I don't know how many mirrors I'm going to have anymore. So there's a test, right? So you take a piece of cardboard, you put it up against the mirror,
Hmm.
and you stand directly in front of the mirror, and you bring your phone around the side of the mirror so you can see the edge of the cardboard. And it will show you holding that cardboard. How can it see a reflection of the cardboard, what's on the back side of the cardboard? How does
What?
it know? Yeah,
No
I'll send you.
way.
Yeah, I'll send you the videos.
What about like a TV reflection?
But that's a weird thing, right? I don't know.
Is that
It's
because
not.
that's kind of a mirror, right? Like right now, like it can see everything that I'm doing. Like
Yeah,
there's a
and right.
TV right here.
Yeah, there's windows. So I don't know if the mirror realm works as just fucking glass, like in general, or if it's like the direct reflection which creates a gateway into a different thing. There's a lot of videos out there, and I don't know if they're real or not. I don't know because I've never experienced it. But based off of my experiences in life, I'd probably say it's plausible or could be more
It's
real than not.
it's plausible.
Uh, that there will be people that will be recording themselves get ready or whatever for the day, and they'll move, and then whatever's on the other side will
Like
have
the
a
mirror
delayed.
stays there. Yeah.
It will delayed move. And now, like here's the truth, right? That's not that hard to fake. So let's be real with it.
No, and I feel like a lot of that stuff is faked. But I've also seen a lot of stuff where like if you stare at a mirror and like stare at yourself for like more than like 5 or 10 minutes, like just go up to the mirror and you're just like you'll start seeing weird shit. And then like once you get to like the 10-minute mark, like it starts getting even fucking weirder.
Yeah, I'm out.
And like I've read shit like where people will like go and do like up to 30 minutes and it just gets fucking sketchy. And I'm kind of like, I don't even want to try it because if you try it and it is fucked up, well,
It's Pandora's
you're never
box,
gonna
right?
fucking yeah.
Yeah, it's Pandora's
That
box. You
monkey
can't
doesn't go back
fucking
in the box.
you can't put it back. Um, so uh I think okay, so here's the thing, right? So you open the segment with what are you gonna do when things start crawling out of the mirrors? Very first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all of the Palo Santo that I know and own, and I'm gonna fucking wrap my bullets in that shit, light it on fire, and shoot it at whatever's fucking coming out.
Well, can you just break the mirror?
I don't know if you can because it's still mirrors. There's still small mirrors.
I know. Like once it's
Like
broke, right?
what
Then
happens
then
if
you
you
have a
break
bunch of little small things coming through. Like
that seems more terrible.
I know,
It'd be
but
like a
like ones that
it'd
you
be
like
like
step on.
well, it'd be like arachnophobia for you, like when the fucking all the tiny spiders swarm
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I'm out, man. Like I'd rather deal with just one thing and
Like,
not
what if you like?
multiple things.
What if you like take it and throw it outside?
I don't know. I don't know how what to do with that. I'm gonna do some research on it. I mean, what are you gonna do? I
I'm
mean,
probably
because
gonna. I'm probably not gonna be able to throw the mirror outside because they're all fucking glued onto my walls.
yeah. And when there's something already coming through it, like no, no. Like
Yeah,
an example of like the mirror realm. If you remember the show Constantine with
yeah. I love that movie.
yeah,
I
John
love that movie,
Constantine,
dude.
asshole.
You know he's gonna be doing another one.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm so
Shia,
excited.
Shia LaBeouf's fucking best film.
Doesn't he die in it too?
Yeah, he says like 17 words in it.
I
Yeah,
think that as long as it's not like that new Matrix movie, I'll be really excited because the new
there's
Matrix movie sucked.
there's a new one.
Yeah, he made a new one. It came out like last year.
Oh, I think I've seen it. Oh, I thought there was another new one. They made another
No,
Indiana Jones too.
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, listen. The crescendo of Indiana Jones was the Last Crusade. Okay, and then they came out with that fucking Crystal Skulls bullshit, and it just every part of Indiana Jones is fucking lost for me.
I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen that Crystal Skulls one. I've seen like the old ones, but I haven't seen any of the new ones.
And there's a new Indiana Jones as well. I'm supposed to get feedback from my friends because I don't fucking go to movies, and people like to go to movies still, which I have no understanding of why.
I love the movie theater.
I
I love
worked
the
in a
movie
movie
theater.
theater.
I never go, but I love going to movies in the movie theater.
I like to go to I think maybe it's I think that I like to go to the movie theater because it reminds me of back when things were simple. But then
Yeah.
by the time you go into a movie theater with a date, let's say you and J Balls goes, right?
Uh-huh.
You buy your tickets, which are now like fucking $25 a ticket,
Yeah, it's stupid expensive now.
right? And then you buy a bag of popcorn at $16 a bag,
Yeah.
right? And 2 drinks, you're in at $100.
I mean, I don't know what fucking movie theater you're going to, but I think for the two of us to go, it's like $30.
Do you get popcorn? There's no way it's $30 if you get popcorn. Look it up. Look it
Yeah,
up right now.
maybe like 45.
Nah. You're at 50 or 60 bare minimum. Bare minimum.
I don't think so, dude. I think they're like
You
15
don't
bucks
even
a piece.
you go yeah, but you have to add in the drink and popcorn special, and then I guarantee you J Balls isn't just gonna fucking be like, okay, I got popcorn in this. She's gonna want like fucking junior mints or fucking
The frozen junior mints, dude, those are the
yeah,
shit.
they are. I agree. While you're doing that though, what sparked us on this path was an example of what the mirror realm is. There's a point in Constantine when he's doing an exorcism when he's got to pull that demon out of the little girl.
Yeah,
And they pull the mirror out, right?
Yeah.
And it acts as a doorway. And then he ejects the mirror from the home. And when he does that, it shatters and the demon disappears, right?
Yeah. So
So,
that's what I was thinking.
so you're,
If it's good enough for Constantine, dude.
well, what are you gonna do though if it makes it all the way through?
I don't know.
'Cause
we gotta get like a holy blade. Is that
But that's what I'm saying. The Palo Santo is like the thing that you use
I don't
to
know what
clean.
Palo Santo is. I thought you were supposed to just use like sage.
No, so sage depends on your belief, but Palo Santo cleans all negative energy out of your home. Sage will clean all energy out of your home and allow a reset.
Palo Santo sounds Mexican.
Palo Santo is probably Spanish.
I know.
It's a type of wood, and it smells really good when it burns.
Hmm.
And you have to like wave it in a clockwise direction, and then in my belief, you wave it in a.
But how is a Spanish thing
No,
$12.33?
you're not looking up at matinee. That's just regular price.
That's just regular price.
And how much is a bag of popcorn and drinks?
Bag of popcorn in the movie theater. That one's gonna be a little bit harder to see. I'm still going for it.
Okay. So Palo Santo is not. So it's just a type of. It's the name of the wood.
Right. What I'm saying is like you're talking about a Nordic belief, but
It's just because somebody came along later on and named it something different, and now that name stuck. That's all that is.
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to fucking Google the fucking origin of Palo Santo.
It's gonna be some Saint Palo Santo.
Probably.
Yeah, the patron saint of.
Oh fuck you, demons.
Of I don't like ghosty things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, so from my perspective, the mirror realm is a realm that exists in between two planes of existence.
So $14 is the high for a big bag of popcorn.
So you're at $40 right there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It's like
you said 30.
Well, yeah.
And they charge you like $4 a drink, so you're at 50. Plus the junior mints that are in the box that have like 7 junior mints in them. They're frozen for like another $3.
We call like 50 $5.
Still a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it isn't. So, yeah.
And then you add on if you add the boys into it, then you're at
So I mean, you're $38 for tickets and popcorn. So
Mhm.
$50 after drinks and junior mids.
Yeah.
It used to be $7 a fucking ticket.
Bro, I know, and I bitched
I-
about
I'm,
it then.
I know. I'm just saying, like, huh?
You be okay with that?
Yeah. It's like that whole like seasons changing thing. So now I
Mm.
have allergies again. I had like a 2-week reprieve out the pack.
So if you look at it, from
What if you're at the movie theater and things start coming through the screen?
well, you can't.
Aren't those
And if
IMAX ones? Don't they have like a mirror finish to it?
I don't know what they have. I'm not up with the times on that. I did projection stuff twice in my life in the movie theater when I was working there. And every part of me was tempted to try to figure out how to paste the dick in the middle of one fucking scene, just like fucking Fight Club. I didn't do it because I'm a polite man, but the thought process was there.
Right.
All right, so gotta stay on track with this though.
Sorry.
You gotta stay on track, right? Something comes through the mirror. What are you doing? Well,
I don't know,
I'm
dude.
gonna
We're
try to
gonna
shoot
see
it.
if bullets work first.
Yeah,
If bullets don't work, then
I'm leaving.
I have a whole different particular set of tools that I'm gonna have to use.
Yeah, like a truck and drive real
I,
fast.
I'm using Jesus.
Okay, yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
using
And
Jesus.
I'm gonna be like, hey, all right, cool. I'm gonna leave
Hey,
because like
hey,
my
friend.
my my gods are like, sucks to be you. We'll be down in a little while.
Yeah,
That's what.
They gotta finish their feast.
Yeah, that I mean, the reality is like that shit happens. Then we're gonna be in it, and I'm gonna be leaving, right? And I'm gonna be like, okay, refit, regroup, and then reattack,
Right.
right? And that's what I'm going to figure out. I'm going to be like, okay, cool. So how do you protect yourself from the shadow or from the mirror room? Have you Googled it yet? Or is it my turn? You talk about that. I'm going to look at this.
How to protect yourself from the fucking shadow realm? I don't know, dude. Like,
Well,
you should probably definitely start praying. You know what I mean? But yeah, most likely you're gonna have to vacate the premise, and hopefully you can grab your kids and your dogs and everything too. Because if it comes through, is it particularly coming through after you, or is it just found a way to get through, and you're just so lucky that it came through your fucking mirror?
here's what you need to do. How to lock your mirrors and protect them from evil spirits.
Oh,
Some people in the magical or spiritual community believe that all mirrors are haunted. I'm kind of there.
it's kind of what we were talking about, right?
Right? That they are portals into another realm, and if not carefully guarded and watched over, are subject to becoming a window into our world to whatever spirit, good or evil, manages to take charge of the space. It is for this reason that several spiritual traditions, particularly those in Mesoamerica, recommend locking your mirrors to protect yourself from bad energies, and this is how you do it. First, you set the mirror down flat on the floor. Use some Castile soap, Dr. Bonner's apparently, and wash all the mirrors, or wash all the way around the mirror. Then put a bit of olive oil on cloth, crush a sprig of rosemary in the same cloth, and run it all over the perimeter of the mirror. Next, do the same thing with Florida water. Florida water? This is not from Florida, but rather a type of cologne very popular in the spiritual community. Okay.
I can't
And
get my
then
mirrors off the wall.
Yeah, and then as a final step, spit on the mirror and say 3 times, "This mirror is locked from energies and entities."
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to drink a lot of water. I'm not I don't spit that often.
Me neither. I'm really bad at spitting. Usually just like down my
It's
face.
just a dribble, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not like good at hawking loogies.
Yeah.
Um
So that's how you protect yourself. But what fucking happens if something comes through?
I don't know.
Some say that only mirrors with a silver backing need to undergo this process to keep them safe, which these days only applies to real antique or high-end mirrors. The one you picked up from IKEA is probably fine. Then again, you never know.
I would imagine that like mirrors now are not like mirrors of yesterday,
Of yesteryear.
of yesteryear.
Yeah.
I would I would imagine that there's probably some more high powered juice in like an old mirror. But isn't it like a Jewish tradition that when somebody dies and they have like a funeral or a wake or something like that, they cover all the mirrors in the house um for
Maybe.
like 24 hours?
I think so. 7 things that repel ghosts. Let's see what this says. Oh, she definitely looks like a ghosty person. I was told that I was the opposite of a medium, someone who instead of contacting spirits repels them. Is that a real thing? I wonder what that's like.
I
There
would imagine if you're Christian enough and strong enough in your belief that you would work as a repellent.
Okay, well, how to repel spirits. Well, and then they show a picture of some tacks. That's cool.
Some tacks? Like thumbtacks?
Yeah, gold ones. I'm fucking confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. So, you can use crystals to repel spirits, such as black tourmaline, onyx, and many agates. You can also place various objects, such as crosses or dream catchers, around your home to act as a symbolic sign to the spirit world that the negative energies need to stay out. Dream catchers are real. Um, Placing positive artifacts, and symbols around your home that represent light and love
Live, laugh, love, baby.
will act as protection objects and also serve the double benefit of improving your mood. Okay.
Hmm.
The more your mood is lifted up, the less likely you are to attract the type of energies you'd like to avoid.
I would believe that dream catchers are probably real, but I think if you go down to the gas station and get a fucking
You
dream
just get.
catcher, it's probably not gonna work.
Hmm.
Like if you grab one off the res, you're probably in good shape.
I think if you make it yourself,
I don't think I have like the talent for that.
it's not that hard. It takes 2 days, and it takes like 3 hours a day to do it.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Uh, you can also tell the spirits to leave by speaking to them directly. The stronger your voice when you say it, the firmer and more direct your stance, the better the effect will be. Some people believe that when ghosts or negative spirits are affecting you, this could simply be a mirror of what's going on in your physical life. Oh, we're talking about mirrors again.
Uh-oh.
All right. So occasionally the presence of a bossy spirit or ghost bothering you could show up as a way to let you know the beefier boundaries are needed in your physical relationship. You can also clear the space of any residual energy that may attract unwanted spiritual visitors. Actually, I believe that one because when I was married, I kept a lot of the stuff, and as I got rid of that shit,
Uh-huh.
my life got better. So that makes sense. I think that negative energy attaches to things.
I
I
think
think
so
it's real.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still have a welcome mat yet? Did Justine
No,
get a new one?
no,
Did
there's
she?
nothing out there.
Nothing
People
at
just
all?
be people just be walking in here with dirty ass feet.
I wanted to get you one for a Christmas present that said "fuck off."
I want one that says hippity hoo crack a brew.
I mean, that's fair. I can respect that. There's also cultural solutions. So like you can look at for some cultural folk support depending on your belief for repelling spirits. You can reconnect with your ancestry, which will boost a sense of oneself and increase your own positive energy. We're going to real fucking hippie shit
Yeah,
right
I
now.
was gonna say you're getting really deep down the list.
This is the same thing. An aversion. If for some reason you have an intense aversion to the spirit world, whether through fear or disgust, is likely those in the spirit realm will back off and stay far away from you. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't fucking believe that.
I feel like that list might be bullshit.
It might be. Well, there's some good shit in it though, but they found some good things, and that's what ties you into it. You know. So basically, the 7 things, right? So protection objects, casting out boundaries, establishing boundaries, space clearing, embracing folk and cultural support, your emotional state and aversion, and discountenance. So it says discountenance. If you lack belief in the spirit world, there's very little reason for them to interact with you at all. Oh, so I don't fucking believe in you, and I don't care. You could fucking move shit, and I'll blame it on the wind. And so you're, yeah, like whatever, bro. No, that's probably not gonna.
Yeah, I've heard that like the fear of it actually gives it more power.
That makes sense. It makes sense. Well, okay. I want our listeners to tell us what you guys think about the fucking spirit realm. What are you gonna do if something crawls through the fucking mirror?
What's happening, dude?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what you believe, how you're gonna protect yourself. And I think that's pretty much that's the cast, man.
I think that's it. That's part 2.
That's almost 4 hours of casting.
Yeah.
Not spells.
We should try and get the
casting
phone,
pods.
The phone call from the boat edited in here from last night too.
Yeah, you didn't you were definitely not on cursive realm at that point. You were writing some solid S's, but you were definitely not calligraphy style fucking Jarl at that point. Let's do some shout outs.
The phone call and the outtakes, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. We should totally do that. Yeah. Let's do some shout outs. Do you want to start?
Who are we shouting out? We're shouting people out?
Yeah, we're doing shout outs for companies that helped us along the way. People who own companies that showed up and showed out.
They did. They showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
Donnie's is bulletproof insulation, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Shout out to Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie boy.
Yeah. If you need some spray foam insulation, you need to reach out to Donnie Morton of Bulletproof Insulation up here. He services the Yellowstone, Carbon County, and Carbon and Stillwater counties. And he will
Turnbuckle.
Yep. Good old Turnbuckle. I told him his name today. Off the top rope, Turnbuckle. Reach out and let him know that you heard about us on the cast, and he'll take good care of you. A good personal friend of mine, and now the Jarls. So, shout out to Bob Campbell Painting. Fucking Bob Campbell. This motherfucker don't even drink and shows up to help up with meetups.
He's so cool. He's a good dude.
A solid dude. The Bearded Bros. Transportation.
What?
He's on Bearded Bros. It's
yeah.
Nate's. Yeah. Down in Utah. He services all of the counties down there, and I think he'd probably even drive anywhere if you wanted him to haul some shit for you. So
like if you need
Bearded
a load,
Bros. Yeah.
That's your guy. He'll haul loads for you.
He will haul loads all day long. Of course, as always, thanks to our regular and constant sponsors. Start off with Boss Graphic Design. Reach out to Rudy. Use the discount code THICK with 3 C's, and he'll probably still give you the same price, which is the best price.
Yeah, he doesn't have discounts.
Nope. But he does a great work, and the quality of the work is worth it. Reach out. Who do you want people to talk to? Do you want them to talk to the J-Balls? Do you want them to talk to?
Just don't talk to anybody. Just don't talk to anybody.
Don't even worry about Rogue Industries anymore?
No, it's Christmas. We're not working now.
Oh, okay. Don't call. Don't worry about apparel.
If you want apparel, call after the new year.
Yeah, that's fair. And finally, of course, thanks to the Bearded Viking. Yeah, of course, we're the Bearded Viking, but because of that organization, we're able to do this shit, and it's really brought us together as brothers, and so many of you into our lives that we actually do give a shit about. So, thanks for being part of our tribe. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do it? We got through part 2.
That's it.
It was
That's
actually technically part 3, but
yeah, it was like part 2 squared.
yeah, there was a moment last night before we signed off that you definitely went in repeat mode.
You went on repeat mode.
I'm sure. I was probably trying to coax you down the path, but you kept starting over. It's
Yeah,
totally good. But you finished that whole bottle last night, so
pretty close.
yeah. All right, folks. With that being said, I'm Viko, the bearded one,
I'm the Jarl. Stay weird, weirdos.
and cheers, motherfuckers. We can't wait to see you on the flip side and sell you some booze. Much love.
You know what you're doing.
So, I haven't really
You
been
played this game before. Your mind was made up. Once you walk through the door.
Going back to that conversation with your grandma, with my grandma, right?
Yeah,
grandma-
grandmas are fucking important, dude.
Dude, fucking serious. Like all right. So,
Holy
Back when
shit. The boat's calling us back.
oh fuck, we gotta
The
press pause.
boat's calling us.
Jesus.
No.
Oh, live.
Let's keep
We're
running.
live in it. We're
We'll
live
keep-
in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, all right, let's roll.
The boat. Dude, you are live on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
I'm live on the podcast right now.
You're live on the podcast right now. We
Yeah.
called you a little while ago to let you know that we are on part 2 of a 2-part series that we decided is going to happen.
Because we didn't want to get yelled at by you.
I can barely hear JT, but I am fucking jazzed. I like you're getting aroused. What are you talking about here? What are we doing?
So we did an awesome part 1.
The part 1 was the best podcast ever.
Did you hear JT?
Yeah, the part 1 was the best podcast ever.
We might be like in that like afterglow again, or it might be like the Tenacious D, like we did the best podcast in the world.
But nobody wrote it as song.
But this is a tribute.
Tribute.
So we respected your 2-hour limit for your upload time. But we also fucked you in the sense that this is a 2-part series, and we're wearing the same shirts and the same hats.
That has to be delivered in the same week.
And then it has to be delivered in the same week.
Do one in the same week. I want to keep the audience engaged and aroused for the next week.
No, man.
Oh, either way, man, I'm down.
Dude, you're our first live interview, real time.
Well, you're cutting out like a motherfucker. You must have that T-Mobile shit. Crack it? You got that cricket?
Good. Yeah, no, I got the T-Mobiles, but I'm outside. I'm at the bar. Like
Oh.
it's super organic. Like me and Murph came to the bar. Murph had to get some shit off his chest, and we were having a good time. And we had a few drinks down south with him, and then he came down here, and he just left a little bit ago, and.
Wait, so your ass will go south for him, but you fuck me? Fuck you, bro. Love you, but fuck you. When I was living in Utah, you never would come south. None of y'all bitches would.
Fuck South.
Yeah, no, south, bro. Like literally, I only went south for one reason. Al can tell you it offline. Same time. But like there was, I mean, for the listeners that. Oh, they're the listeners. Anyway.
All right. Hey, Bo. We just want to let you know we're respecting the fucking like the upload time with your fucking your dial up internet and shit. Love you, man.
Dude, you know what? And the Google Firebird guy just dropped by, like literally when I was ready to leave to go meet Rob tonight. And I'm like, bro, I'm interested. I can't fucking talk to you right now, but come back Monday. We'll strike a deal.
How much dick are you gonna have to suck to get that Google Fiber, bro? Like all the dicks.
Like so the size of it.
Oh, the pipe, if you will. The size of the pipe.
It's huge.
It's huge.
You can't be that huge.
Fuck them. Hey, and this is the inaugural. It's the phone in. It was the phone in because you called back.
Yeah, we called you first because we weren't recording, but now here we are.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy never fucking calls me. I gotta call him back. Hopefully he's not in trouble. And then I forgot you guys were podcasting tonight, so this is a beautiful thing.
So welcome surprise. All right, well, I'm glad that you were able to put some of our woes to rest.
Yeah. Also, love it, man. We got to get back because there's a taskmaster who says we only have 2 hours to fucking do things. So we gotta let you go. But thanks for being the first phone a friend on the VOC. On the VOC.
I love it, dude. I love being a phone in friend.
All right, go chase some thick bitches, brother. Peace out.
All right, buddy.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Later.
That was the most organic thing, and also for the listeners, I hope you guys heard him. I heard him. I don't know. Fucking audio is weird. He's gonna turn that shit all the way up, so I'm sorry
He
because I have a
will.
loud laugh. Yeah.
He'll make sure the audio's turned up. He is the podcast / sound engineer, and I knew that he would be excited about it.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever that weird.